Happy Friday, everyone, from the national headquarters of RT America and our nation's capital. Hello again, I'm Rick Sanchez. So tonight we have a follow-up which offers a fascinating look at the merger of world politics and human behavior and how sometimes one can actually drive the other. So yesterday, while our competitors were drawing up war plans with generals and admirals on camera, on big giant maps that they were laying out with soldiers fighting each other, we took a different tact. Remember? We told you we're going to take a different tact. Sensing that President Trump, essentially a marketing guy, right, might be guided by his gut, we invited instead a psychologist to our show. Here, take a listen to this. Whether you like or don't like President Trump, this is a guy who's very concerned about what people think about him and probably what his legacy is going to be. If he has this understanding that whatever he does is going to make him less liked or less appreciated, he'll be less apt to strike. Am I correct? Do you hear where I'm going with this?
I hear what you're saying, and I think that makes sense. So the way to make him think this is a bad idea, using the argument you're presenting, would be to make sure that the public in this country clearly doesn't support those actions.
Well, today, our reporting, as well as that of both the New York Times and the Washington Post, is that Mr. Trump responded pretty much as we said he would. Not to say we told you so, but we told you so. While the media and his very hawkish advisors seem to be pushing him toward war, it's also very apparent to anybody paying attention that the American people, you in particular, who tell us this constantly when you talk to us on our YouTube views and also on social media, you do not right now have an appetite for another attack, no less another war, no less another war in the Middle East. The American people right now do not have an appetite for war. Mr. Trump was presented with an attack plan. He approved it at first, and then reportedly he backed out and called the whole thing off. That's now, right? That's what apparently happened. But what happens next time? Especially given his hawkish advisors, political influencers, internationally like a Bibi Netanyahu, domestically like any war is a good war senators, like Lindsey Graham or Tom Cotton, and worst of all, the U.S. media, which used to pride itself on being the check and the balance on government actions that involve wars in particular, but unfortunately today, they tend to fold like a cheap suit instead of pushing back on lies or exaggerations coming from our government, whether it's headed by Bill Clinton or Bush or Obama or Trump. You see, we're examining the role of the media today, in particular, both as a business and as a service provider, which is what journalism is, right? We're providing news, information that you're supposed to be able to use. Which comes first? What do you think these days? This is The News with Rick Sanchez, where we do believe it is time to do news again. So you haven't heard that we're the ones covering the stories that you won't see covered anywhere else? In Venezuela, Kazakhstan, let's go to Hong Kong. And the media reaction to that has been crickets. How about the way we cover those stories? What the hell does that mean? Wowee, wowee, wowee. That's the key word in this case, uprising. Keep? Can you believe that? Watching. This is the right thing for members of the media to do, to actually pick sides. Look, if you like what you see, subscribe.